They want normalcy in the running of the education of the young. Sang-ayon ako, wala akong problema. Whatever is convenient o comfortable para sa mga bata, nandoon ako. Kaya lang, there is a monkey wrench in that government machinery. Ang monkey wrench niyan is the COVID-19D. Ngayon lang yan lumabas at lumagalap na doon sa Great Britain pati India. At hindi malayo baka dadating dito sa atin. Ako naman naghingi ng patawad sa inyong lahat, mga nanay, tatay, kasi ma-delayed ang edukasyon ng mga bata. Patawarin lang po ninyo ako kasi hindi ko talaga kayang magbigay ng pahintulot na pwede na silang normal sa eskwelahan. Kasi kung magkadisgrasyahan, buhay ito. Ang ano nito, ang ano is delayed lang ang edukasyon ng bata. Pero it will normalize one of these days. But I cannot gamble, I said, with the life of our children. Mahirap yan. Kasi ako ang mananagot sa lahat. Sabi ko kay Secretary Brunes, pahingi rin ako ng paumanin na I cannot allow yung face-to-face classes not until I get a clear picture of how this COVID-19 works on the health of other people.
The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. President Rodrigo Duterte has signaled his interest to run for vice president in 2022. However, should Duterte run for VP, it sure looks like PDP Laban President Senator Manny Pacquiao won't be his running mate. Jenny Dawn tells us why.
Running for vice president ako. Sabi ko, it's not at all a bad idea. And if there is a space for me there, siguro. Pero kung wala akong space, everybody is crowding up, wanting to be one vice president, sila na lang muna kasi tapos na ako.
This is President Rodrigo Duterte's latest stance on the request of PDP Laban for him to run as vice president during the upcoming 2022 elections. In his latest talk to the nation, Duterte admitted that the prospect of running as VP is not at all a bad idea, since he wants to see through several government projects after his term as president. But there's a catch. He doesn't want Senator Manny Pacquiao to be his running mate.
There are things I'd like to continue, and that would be dependent on also of the president that I will support. Kasi kung mag-vice president ako, din kalaban ko kontrapartido, kaya ni Pacquiao, salita ng salita na 3 times daw tayo mas corrupt.
Pacquiao currently serves as the president of PDP Laban, while Duterte is chairman. But despite being allies, it looks like the relationship has been strained. This comes after Senator Pacquiao claimed in an interview with Radio 5 that corruption has worsened under the Duterte administration. The lawmaker also emphasized that he would prioritize ending corruption rather than focusing on the war on drugs should he get elected as president. Because of Pacquiao's allegations, Duterte did not mince words when he talked about the senator during his latest address.
Wala ka namang sinabi noong all these years, puro ka praises ng praises sa akin. Tapos ngayon sabihin mo corrupt. Saan corruption? Anong opisina? Every administration will have a share of the problem of corruption. Do not ever think that if you will win as president na wala ng corruption dito sa Pilipinas.
Duterte added that if Pacquiao can produce a list of corrupt officials, he will gladly take action against them.
Hindi ko sinasabi walang korupsyon. Kaya nga ituro mo Kasi yung lahat na tinuro ng iba, pinaalis ko na sa gobyerno. Kita mo yung Pastillas, 43 immigration people were dismissed. 73 sa customs. Sa BIR wala masyado. Pero naghihintay ako.
And should Pacquiao fail, the chief executive vowed to do one thing.
If you fail to do that, I will campaign against you because you are not doing your duty. Do it, because if not, I will just tell the people, do not vote for Pacquiao because he is a liar. At saka madali parang karabaw na kung saan nyo bibirahin pupunta doon. I put you on notice na isasabi ko lahat at kakalabanin kita panahon ng eleksyon. Pag hindi, I will just be another son of a playing politics.
On the other hand, Duterte sang praises for Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Sal Panelo, who he hints is running for senator.
Maraming tao na hindi nakakaintindi sa iyo. Pero pag nalaman nila gaano ka stricto, very strict sa disiplinado ka sa trabaho mo, at kung alam lang nila ang paano umaandar yung utak mo, bibilib ang Pilipino. Ako, bilib ako sa iyo. Bilib ako sa utak mo.
Despite all this talk, Duterte, Pacquiao, and even Panelo have not yet finalized their candidacy for the 2022 elections. But as the deadline of filing of candidacy draws near, we can expect to see many politicians officially declare the intent to run for office in the coming months. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, We Are One News.
Almost 30 years ago, an American court ruled that the victims of former dictator Ferdinand Marcos should be compensated. The ill-gotten wealth of the Marcos family was estimated to be at about $5 to $10 billion, recognized by the Guinness World Records as the greatest robbery of a government. But where and how exactly did Marcos hide his fortune? Let's watch this report from Bloomberg.
If you've ever wanted to know what a revolution looks like, feast your eyes on Manila tonight.
The Filipino government has estimated that the amount the Marcos family pilfered was between $5 billion and $10 billion, which amounts to about $24 billion in today's terms. So this is just graphed on an absolutely massive, unheard of scale.
A nation took to the streets tonight to celebrate its victory. The dictator had fallen, the people conquered his palace.
Reagan, who was president at this time, actually offered Marcos asylum in the U.S. And so when Marcos did ultimately decide to step down in February of 1986, Reagan sent 2 planes to cart Marcos and 90 members of his entourage, along with millions of dollars worth of loot, diamonds and cash, some of which they carried out in diaper boxes.
They are now famous for holding the Guinness World Record for the greatest robbery of a government. Much of that fortune is still missing.
So after years of building the case, the Marcos class action finally went to trial, and the jury in Hawaii ultimately held Marcos responsible for the abuses and torture that had occurred under his regime. About 10,000 Filipino people signed on to become a part of this class action, which is absolutely a massive class. The judgment in total was almost $2 billion, which was astronomical. The lawyers knew, though, that at that point what they had was just a number on a piece of paper, and actually turning it into money for the class was going to be a much harder challenge.
Filipino golfers Saso and Pagdanganan have both secured spots to compete in the Tokyo Summer Olympics. The Philippine Sports Commission confirmed this in two separate posts on Facebook. Saso recently won the U.S. Women's Open Championship, which boosted her rankings in the Olympic standings to number 9, while Asian and Southeast Asian gold medalist Pagdanganan sits at the 42nd spot. With the addition of Filipino golfers, the country now has a total of 17 representatives for the upcoming Olympic Games.
Really a problem, no, yung indiscriminate firing. Kasi, siyempre, if you are caught up in the situation na meron ongoing crime, may chance na paulan mo ng bala kasi kailangan may stop mo yung crime. No? But with that, you know, yung disiplina, nakakalimutan, with police. So what more kung civilian na walang training? Sa police, they make mistakes. No? Madalas yan. You have several documented hundreds of stories na nagkakamali yung police. What more? Di ba? What more? Itong mga civilian na to na we don't know, no? Kung meron silang pinag-aralan, meron silang background sa firearms, meron silang, you know, things like that. No? So, at bibigyan mo silang kapangyarihan, no? It's the power, eh. Hindi yung it's the power to use it, eh. Oo, medyo delikado.
Filipino golfers Saso and Pagdanganan have both secured spots to compete in the Tokyo Summer Olympics. The Philippine Sports Commission confirmed this in two separate posts on Facebook. Saso recently won the U.S. Women's Open Championship, which boosted her rankings in the Olympic standings to number 9, while Asian and Southeast Asian gold medalist Pagdanganan sits at the 42nd spot. With the addition of the Filipino golfers, the country now has a total of 17 representatives for the upcoming Olympic Games. Actress Nadine Lustre reveals to News 5 her struggles as a celebrity and its impact on her mental health. Let's hear the details in this report from MJ Morfori.
In a chance interview, Nadine Lustre opened up to News 5 about the trials and tribulations of being a celebrity. Nadine bared, while reaching stardom was satisfying at first, it eventually burned her out.
I mean, hindi na ako magsisinungaling. Sabihin ko na sobrang napagod ako talaga. And at some point, na-depressed din ako kasi parang sabi ko sa sarili ko, ano ba itong ginagawa ko?
She acknowledged that the industry is far from perfect and has in fact taken its toll on her mental health. For her self-preservation, Nadine said she taught herself to say no when necessary.
I learned how to say no. Sobrang parang jaded na ako sa life, para akong robot.
Nadine also learned to live life as she pleases and ignore whatever critics say.
Parang dead man ako sa sasabihin ng tao. Kasi natutunan ko na yun before. Na-realize ko na kung susunod lang ako dun sa gusto ng tao, di ba, anong klase ng buhay yung sa akin?
Speaking about her recent tussle with Viva, Nadine said others may learn from her experience.
At the end of the day kasi, if it's something na ayaw mong gawin, like huwag mo talagang gagawin. Kung parang napipilitan ka lang.
For News 5, MJ Morfori, we are One News.
And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us later at 1 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.